Okay guys, so we are going to start the 13.3 notes in this video, and this is still in your packet. It's on page 16 of your packet. So go ahead and find that page. And we're going to reference some reference angles here. You already know that reference angles are positive, non-obtuse, or acute angles. There are three very, very important reference angles. The first is a 30-degree angle. The second is a 45, and the third is a 60. A lot of times in trig, we see these three angles occur quite frequently, and it's because of the 30 and the 60. They come from a very special triangle. It's called the 30-60-90 triangle, and that's used in math a lot. And the 45-45-90 triangle is another triangle that we see quite frequently. So 45 degrees sort of becomes associated with that triangle. All right. Next, let's talk about what a unit circle is. Now, a unit circle is a circle on the coordinate plane that has a radius of 1 and whose center is at the origin. And I actually have a picture below that sort of is merging these two ideas about a unit circle. So you can see that this circle, it's called a unit circle, by the way, because the radius is 1 unit, whether we're talking about a foot, an inch, a centimeter. If you have a circle that has a radius of 1, it's called a unit circle. And you can see that this circle that is drawn here, it has a radius of 1, and its center is at the origin. And I also went ahead and put in these three important reference angles. Now, because these reference angles are used so often, we need to learn the coordinates of those 3 points. Basically, the point where the angle intersects the unit circle. And at 30 degrees, that point is the square root of 3 over 2, comma, 1/2. Now, I know that you could plug this into your calculator, square root of 3 over 2, and get an approximate answer, but you know that we like to leave things exact. So we're not going to reduce that, or we're not going to change that to a decimal. We're going to leave it just as it is. And something that you will have to know and memorize, it is something that you're going to have to memorize, is that the coordinates right there at a 30-degree angle on this unit circle, square root of 3 over 2, that's your x coordinate, and your y coordinate is 1/2. Okay, so the next point is a 45-degree angle, and I actually think these coordinates are a little bit easier to remember. Square root of 2 over 2 is your x, same with your y. And that's because that 45-degree angle sort of cuts that quadrant in half, so it makes sense that the x and y coordinate are equal to each other. And then 60 degrees, it's actually very similar to 30 degrees, except you flip-flop the points. Might also be helpful to realize down here at 0 degrees that that's 1, 0 because of the unit circle. And up here at 90 would be 0, 1. Now, this isn't really that separate from some of the triangle stuff that we've been talking about. If I were to sort of take this 30-degree angle and turn it into a triangle, well, the adjacent side would be the square root of 3 over 2. That's how long that side is. That's our x coordinate. That tells us how much we go over. And then how much we go up would be the opposite side, which is 1/2. So you really could create triangles out of each of these three angles. Alright, that's all we need for now. We're going to be using this picture that we just drew a lot in class tomorrow, so make sure you bring this packet